My ex-wife changed the locks and told me not to come home. But did she forget I still owned the house? I'm a 35-year-old electrician who's been working construction since I was 18. Built up a decent savings. Bought my house when I was 28. A nice 3-bedroom ranch with a big backyard and a 2-car garage. Nothing fancy, but it was mine. Paid for with my own sweat and overtime hours. 2 years ago, I married Amanda, who seemed responsible and down to earth as a dental hygienist. I kept the house in my name to protect my assets after seeing my brother's messy divorce. About 6 months ago, things changed. Amanda became critical of everything. Started spending more time at the gym, bought new clothes, and often had late yoga classes. I wasn't born yesterday. The signs were all there, but I figured I'd let it play out and see what she was really up to. Last Tuesday, while working downtown, I got a text from Amanda. I'm done with this marriage. Change the locks. Brad's moving in this weekend. My lawyer will contact you about dividing assets. Brad, her personal trainer from the fancy gym across town. The pieces clicked into place immediately. I'm standing there in my work boots, tool belt around my waist, reading this message twice to make sure I understood it correctly. This woman really thought she could just kick me out of my own house and move her boyfriend in like some kind of real estate hostile takeover. My coworker Mike saw my face and asked what was wrong. I showed him the text and he just started laughing. Dude, she knows you actually own that place, right? That's when it hit me. Amanda had always acted like we owned the house together, but she'd never seen the deed, never been involved in property taxes, never dealt with homeowners insurance. In her mind, marriage automatically meant shared ownership of everything. I called my buddy Steve, who's a real estate agent. Steve, remember how you said my house would sell fast in this market? How fast are we talking? Mark, with the location and condition? I could have buyers lined up by tomorrow if you're serious. Dead serious. I need a cash buyer who can close in 2 weeks max. What's the rush? Let's just say I'm dealing with some unwanted house guests. By Wednesday morning, Steve had 3 cash offers above asking price. I picked the highest one with the fastest closing date, exactly 12 days away. Thursday morning, I drove by the house to see Brad's lifted truck in my driveway and his motorcycle in my garage. The audacity was breathtaking. This guy was already making himself at home, probably thinking he'd hit the jackpot with his new living situation. I parked across the street and called Amanda. She answered on the first ring, probably expecting me to beg to come home. Amanda, I hope you and Brad are comfortable because you've got 11 days to enjoy the place. What are you talking about? I sold the house. Cash buyer closing next Friday. You'll need to be out by then. The silence stretched so long I thought the call had dropped. Then she exploded. You can't sell our house without my permission. I'll sue you. Brad gave up his apartment lease. Actually, I can sell my house whenever I want. It's called property ownership. Maybe Brad should have checked the deed before giving up his lease. This is insane. Where are we supposed to go? Amanda, that became not my problem the second you changed my locks and moved another man into my house. I hung up and drove to work with the biggest smile I'd had in months. The next few days were entertaining. Amanda called probably 50 times. Her mom called screaming about me being heartless. Even Brad called once, trying to man-to-man negotiate some kind of deal where they could stay longer. But here's the beautiful part. Brad had given up his apartment and spent his security deposit on new furniture for their place. When he found out Amanda had zero legal claim to the house and they were about to be homeless, he packed his truck and disappeared faster than my marriage had fallen apart. Friday came, and I met the buyers at the house with my lawyer. Amanda was there with a moving truck, throwing boxes around like a tornado. She kept muttering about how unfair everything was and how I'd ruined her life. As we signed the final papers, she walked up to me one last time. I can't believe you're actually going through with this. I looked at her, then at my check for $320,000, then back at her. Amanda, you changed the locks on my house and moved another man in. What exactly did you think was going to happen? She didn't have an answer for that. I bought a bigger house across town with cash, and Amanda's still renting a studio apartment downtown. Brad, from what I heard through mutual friends, moved back in with his parents. Sometimes the best revenge is just owning what's actually yours.